Hi children, today we shall have a discussion on the topic the special contest of the Second World War and what are the factors led for the outbreak of Second World War. And if you remember that the first one is the Treaty of Versailles, and here you're observing this is the Palace of Versailles and where it is located. It is located in France. Such a huge and as well as sophisticated and luxurious palace of the kings. French kings. What a wonderful palace here. And after completion of this First World War, and they met in the palace, Versailles Palace, and because of that they got such a name. The discussions, the negotiations being done, and they took some decisions and they designed for some things and how should go. So because of that it got that name, the Treaty of Versailles. And when the World War One ended with the Conference on Peace at Versailles in 1919, really it was the biggest conference as it was attended by 32 national delegations and almost 3/4 of the population of the world during that day. So this is a big palace, Versailles Palace, and see the interior part of this Versailles Palace, and the garden, and there all these they met in this palace, and what happened, and what are the big powers, and they met in this palace. So those are 5 big victorious powers during those times, namely USA, UK, France, Italy and Japan. And they participated in this peace conference, which we call it as Peace Conference of 1919. And what they discussed, you see here, and they thought that Germany, Austria and Turkey, they were the responsible for the outbreak of First World War, and because of that they did not invited for this conference. And hence, and the future of the world did not have the voice council deeply felt which are those powers. And another decision what they took in this Treaty of Versailles, they made Germany was the responsible for the outbreak of this World War One, and because of that they imposed some restrictions on Germany through this Treaty of Versailles, namely, so the Treaty of Versailles imposed some territorial penalties and military cuts on Germany. Firstly, Germans was asked to return their colonies in Africa occupied in the 1880s and European areas like Alaska and Lorraine, which they occupied from France in 1871. So by that we can understand that so Germans, they are forced to hand over the colonies which were occupied from Africa, and as well as the especially these famous during those days The coal mines are famous in Alaska and Lorraine, and it was occupied by Germany. Actually, they are from France, and those have to be returned. Those colonies, the supremacy of these colonies must be handed over to Africa and as well as France. So that was the first imposition done by Treaty of Versailles on Germany. Secondly, Germany was asked to pull down its army strength. That's about 100,000 from 900,000 during World War One. So they must decrease their military power. So that was another, the imposition was put on Germany through the Treaty of Versailles. And it was also asked not to have submarines and restrict its naval strength to 6 battleships of less than 10,000 tons and a dozen torpedo boats and destroys each. See how these Treaty of Versailles are victorious groups, and those are Britain and France, Russia, and even some areas of USA, and they were imposed some penalties on Germany. They felt that Germany was the responsible country for the outbreak of this First World War One. So that was the first cause. That was the first cause after, and which paved a way for the outbreak of Second World War One. So if you observe here, what about the remaining countries? There are so many countries who participated in World War One, but unfortunately, what happened here? The Treaty of Versailles made Germany was only the country responsible for the outbreak of, or for the occurrence of World War One. So they imposed all kind of penalties, especially. So this is, for example, losing supremacy over the colonies. It's nothing but losing their power and authority, and hand over these coal mines and all these things. Nothing but they are losing their economic strength. And another one, they must decrease the strength of army, and they should not improve this naval strength. See, and how almost this Germany, it has become a snake without what we can say power, or without any strength. So Germany felt that it was a humiliation on Germany. The aspect of Treaty of Versailles, it was nothing but a humiliation aspect on Germany, and they felt very bad. They felt very sad regarding the Treaty of Versailles. So that is one of the causes for the outbreak of the Second World War, after which was happened after. So this is the book which you have to remember, the Treaty of Peace, which was occurred in the year after completion of the World War One. So another cause for the outbreak of Second World War, and we can see the League of Nations, and it was set up through the Treaty of Versailles. And what are the important goals or objective of this League of Nations concern? And before that, and this was abbreviated as LON, League of Nations, is nothing but lawn, and it was the first worldwide intergovernmental organization. Intergovernmental organization whose principal mission was to maintain world peace. And what were the important goals of this League of Nations concern? Number one, disarmament. And why did they establish League of Nations? To prevent war through collective security. And another goal of this League of Nations was to settle disputes through arbitration and negotiation. And even another objective has got that to improve the global welfare. And when it was established concern that it was established on 10th January 1920 following the Paris Peace Conference that ended the First World War and ceased operations. So it was founded on 10th January 1920. And who was the founder of this League of Nations concern? That Woodrow Wilson, the American president. And where was the headquarters established first for League of Nations? That is Geneva, Switzerland, nearby France. And what were the languages they followed? They followed in League of Nations. Those French and English. And when the operations were ceased on 20th April 1946. And here we move on. The another important thing which we have to remember. So many members joined in League of Nations after First World War concern. That was about 58 members. And who are the permanent 4 members? Those are Britain, France, and Italy and Japan. And what was the purpose actually? Why it was established? We had already discussed that. The preventing wars through collective security, and there should not be any kind of what we can say, the improving of military strength or manufacturing of arms. But unfortunately, what happened here, the Russia or Germany was not invited to become members of League of Nations. And even USA, though the Woodrow Wilson, the President of America, Woodrow Wilson, he established this League of Nations, but the US Congress Parliament refused to sanction the proposal of this President Woodrow Wilson. Hence, when it was in the year 1934, there were 58 members, and they hoped that it will help eliminate wars through collective security and settle disputes. And even with that, it also set up several international agencies for conducting activities like health, labor, welfare, and also an international court of justice for legal disputes between nations. And we know very well that International Labour Organization and World Health Organization, which was established through League of Nations, and they were continued even in at present. So such a huge the international organization which was established for the maintaining peace, and as well as disarmament, and as well as settling disputes between the nations. But unfortunately, why the League of Nations was failed? So that was the important issue which we have to think over. Why it was failed? Almost all big powers, Britain, France, Japan, and those were the important areas, countries joined. But thing is, we cannot say there was only one reason for the failure of League of Nations. But unfortunately, there are a variety of reasons for this failure. Many connected to general weakness within the organization, such as voting structure that made ratifying resolutions difficult, and incomplete representation among world nations. So voting structure somewhat different for making of resolutions, and the power of League was limited by United States. That was also we have to think why the League of Nations concerned. And when the USA refused to join or refused to be active part in League of Nations, and it lost its economic strength. For continuing an organization, generally it is very badly in the need of money. But without financial assistance, generally there would not be succession. So that's why. And even the another important thing which we have to think regarding the failure of League of Nations concern, the imposition of Treaty of Versailles through the Treaty of Versailles on Germany. So these, after First World War, it was League of Nations was failed to prevent Germany and Italy from violating international agreements and attacking other countries. So it was a fail because there was no finance, and there was no military, there was no agencies, there was no manpower. So that's why this League of Nations failed. And another some important countries regarding these League of Nations concern: Argentina, Australia, Belgium, Bolivia, Canada, Chile, Republic of China, Colombia, and even some more, Republic of Cuba and Czechoslovakia, Denmark, El Salvador, France, Greece, Guatemala, Haiti, Honduras, India, Italy, Liberia, Netherlands. And regarding these, what do you say? The logo of League of Nations, if you remember that. So this is the logo of League of Nations when it was established in the year 1920. So these are the some important things which you have to remember regarding the failure of League of Nations, because the League of Nations was failed and the world experienced a huge loss in the form of Second World War. So we have to be very careful regarding when for the running of these kind of organizations. So this is actually the League of Nations. So in the year 1920, 21, 22, 27, 6, 28, how they are losing their membership. 31, 33, 34, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 46, 42, 43, 44, 45. So this is the building of League of Nations when it was established in the year 1920. So important delegates. Here you can see Woodrow Wilson, the President of America, who was the main architect of this League of Nations. You'll see here a portrait. This League of Nations bridge was designed by the President of USA. So the bridge between Belgium, France, England, Italy, the gap in the bridge, the keystone, USA. So by this we can understand so how the League of Nations was failed. So League of Nations was one of the important causes for the outbreak of Second World War, as it was failed to maintain peace in the world, as it was failed to prevent Germany and Italy from violating the international agreements. So that was become one of the crucial cause for the outbreak of, or for the leading of, or occurrence of a huge loss and damage for the mankind in the form of Second World War. So another cause for the outbreak of Second World War, that is German challenge to vengeful domination. German challenge to vengeful domination. And first of all, where the Germany is located? Where is Germany? It is in Europe. It is in Europe. And then it is in Europe. In world map, if you observe that, in world map, so that was the location of Germany. And if you observe that, so this we know very well, this is Europe, European continent, and this is Norway, Sweden, and here the beside the western side of and northern western side there is Denmark, and this is England, and this is Ireland, and here we got Italy. So here this is France, Belgium, and Netherlands. So this is the actual location of Germany in world map. And why Germany want to become as enemy for England especially. We know very well that the first industrialized country in the world was England. It was become very strong economically, and she was filled with all kinds of economic strength and military strength and all kind of these aspects. But after the defeat of Germany at the end of First World War in 1919, the victorious countries, they wanted to punish Germany, and they want to cripple Germany, they want to crush Germany, crush it, and so that it cannot rise again. The idea of these, the victorious allies concern that they want to cripple, they want to crush Germany, and that's why they designed the Treaty of Versailles, or nothing but a piece of conference. And through the Treaty of Versailles, Germans enforced to be as slaves. Enforced. And when the people of Germany, they come to know that the whole world trying to make Germans as slaves, and such created a reaction in Germany, and which led to the rise of Hitler and his Nazi party. So we know very well there is one proverb, that is, when the situation demands, when the circumstances demand, generally we may come with a new ideas and a new emphasis. And same thing happened. The whole world, they imposed some penalty, territorial penalties on Germany through the Treaty of Versailles. So Germans, they are not supposed to increase their naval power, and Germans, they must return their colonies in Africa which were occupied in 1880s, and European areas like Alaska and Lorraine, they are supposed to be give it back, and even German army, the strength of army should be decreased. And during the World War I, if you observe the strength of this Germany concerned, that is about 9 lakhs. And according to the Treaty of Versailles, they imposed some restrictions that has to be decreased to 1 lakh only. What a humiliation! What an insult! So for this, they create a reaction in Germany, and which led to get a leader in Germany. Nothing but that fellow was Adolf Hitler. He raised, and he was the man. He was the man, Hitler, Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler, he rise and he started a party, that is a Nazi party. And the Bible for Nazi party, which was written by Adolf Hitler, this Mein Kampf, that was the thing. That was a book written by Adolf Hitler, which treated as the Bible of Nazi party or Nazism, and that is nothing but Mein Kampf. So when they lost these areas through this Treaty of Versailles, and they want to get it back, and before that they want to have a domination in Europe. Till then, the England was dominating in all aspects, politically, economically, financially, psychologically. But when they get such kind of humiliation through the Treaty of Versailles, they don't want to, they are unable to digest the humiliation part through the Treaty of Versailles. So see here, they want to recover the territories lost by them through the Treaty of Versailles, restore German dominance over Central Europe, and end the restrictions on German armaments. We have already discussed that one organization came into existence after the First World War to maintain peace, to establish peace in the world, in the form of League of Nations. But unfortunately, the Germans, they violated the restrictions of this League of Nations. So Germany re-industrialized itself furiously under the Nazis and developed a massive army where the people are very powerful, where the army people are filled with the nationalism, where the Germans filled with the nationalism by the motivation of their leader, Mr. Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler, if you want to have a discussion about this man, Adolf Hitler, really, he was a big orator. He was a big orator, and he was a big motivator, and he was a big inspirator, my dear children. He worked for getting dominance of their country. He worked to establish Germany as a powerful country in the world. So that's why Germans treat as a hero of Germany. See here, there is a cartoon of this Adolf Hitler. A cartoon depicted Hitler as a man of peace. See here, taking one is in his hand, which is a symbol for peace. His hand, and here and again as a man of war. So regarding Adolf Hitler, he was a German politician and leader of the Nazi party. He rose to the power as a Chancellor of Germany in 1933, and then as Führer in 1934. During his dictatorship from 1933 to 1945, he initiated World War II in Europe by invading the Poland on 1st September 1913. And we know before earlier classes we learned that the immediate cause for the outbreak of Second World War, the Polish resurrection, the invasion of Poland by Germany. The invasion of Poland by Germany. And when did he born? He born on 20th April 1889, Austria, and he died on 30th April 1945 in Berlin, which is the capital of Germany. And spouse regarding his wife, Eva Braun. And how did he died concern? He committed a suicide, making that a gunshot. When these allies or victorious powers in Second World War, when they want to capture, is Hitler, Adolf, a great man regarding Germany concern, a great orator, a great inspirator, a great nationalist, and a great dictatorship, because his intention was that to make Germany as superpower in the world. That's all. So that's why. So the German challenge to vengeful domination also become as one of the causes for the outbreak of Second World War. And here, if you observe another important cause for the outbreak of Second World War concern, and the disastrous results of First World War caused a great social upheavals all over Europe, and the workers turned to ideologies of socialism and communism. Especially in this, after World War I, the workers they want to have a society where the people are treated equally, where the people lead a happy life, a liberty. And that's why the workers, especially the workers of the world, they turn to the ideology of socialism, where all the people treated equally in the society, irrespective of caste, creed, property, sex, or so. No inequality on the basis of any kind of aspects, whether it is male or female, rich or poor, a caste or creed or race. So that's why this one, see here, the fear of socialism, especially if the people strive for the freedom or liberty, automatically the ruler's power may go on. They may lose their power and authority. And if it continues, especially generally, all people may become equal, and they may not have such a special status as kings and queens or dictators or so. So that's why. So that one also one of the important causes for the outbreak of Second World War. And even during the First World War in the year 1917, whether you remember or not, what happened? There was a revolution in Russia. March Revolution, October Revolution, and which resulted in the establishment of a communist state there. In that result, that Bolsheviks, Mensheviks, they capture the power, and the rulers in the form of Jor dynasty, Nicholas II, and they lost the power and they established the communist state there. And one of the first acts of the new government was to end Russia's participation in the war and begin peace negotiations. It became the Union of Soviet Socialist States, USSR, in 1924. And unfortunately, in 1991, and again there was a partition of the USSR under the head of Mikhail Gorbachev, as he was very much interested that globalization. So this USSR was split into different states: Tajikistan, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Russia, etc. like that. This is in 1991 under the leadership of Mikhail Gorbachev. And because of that, the Western countries, they were afraid of the socialism and communism. And that's why the Western capitalist countries like Britain were afraid of similar revolution in other countries of Europe, and initially encouraged Hitler and the Nazis to consolidate themselves to act as a buffer against Soviet socialism. As they were afraid of this socialism, and that's why he encouraged Hitler, and Hitler, he acted as a buffer against the Soviet socialism. This was the policy of appeasement of Hitler. However, in 1939, Germany and USSR entered into a non-aggression pact. No, they don't want to be one. And Hitler turned against Britain and France alliance or friendship, and this started the Second World War, and he was able to establish complete mastery over the most of European continent. He then decided to attack USSR in 1942. In the same year, Japan, an ally of Germany, attacked USA, and with this, USA and USSR joined the fight against Germany. So that was how the socialism, communism takes an important role regarding this, the occurrence or outbreak of Second World War. And here we have got one map here, that is the German Empire during the World War II. See here, a German Empire, confederated and occupied territories: Hungary, Yugoslavia, Finland, Soviet Union, and Allied. So these are all these, we observe that the first one, blue color, and those are the German occupied territories. So these are the important causes for the outbreak of. And here we have got another cartoon. See here, a Dutch poster from 1940s, Captain, civilization or barbarism. Don't you still understand? What do you want? Whether do you want civilization or barbarism, where there is no civilization? So that was, and this depicts that how the Poland people were occupied or invaded by this Adolf Hitler. And see, so he was the man, and who is responsible for the outbreak of Second World War, and because of that, Germany, and it was punished by almost victorious people. So that's all. These are the important causes for the outbreak of the Second World War. The special contest of Second War, the Treaty of Versailles, the League of Nations, German challenge to vengeful domination, and the fear of socialism and USSR. When did USSR establish? In the year 1924. So that's about the causes for the outbreak of Second World War in a special contest. It's a special contest.